Hello diamonds, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome. My name is Mary and thanks for tuning in. So in today's video I'll be showing you guys my updated brow routine. I feel like over the past year I really stepped up my brow game. I've realized what works and what doesn't work, okay, and I'm here to show you guys, and hopefully you learn a trick or two from this. Without no further ado, let's jump right into the video. But before we go, please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a big thumbs up if you find it helpful, and yeah, let's jump right into the video. For this tutorial, will I call this a tutorial? Yeah, a tutorial because I'm showing you guys. So first off, we'll be needing a spoolie. This is a spoolie. This is good in brushing up your brows. We'll be needing an eyelash glue. Yes, an eyelash glue. Trying to achieve the fluffy, waxy brows. Kind of laminate your brows so you can really give your brows those strokes that it needs. We'll be needing a brow pencil. So ideally, any brow pencil would do, but I would always recommend a brow pencil that the tip is like this. Something very thin. This I would recommend because it will help you be more accurate. It will help you define your brows perfectly. As we go along the video, you guys will know what I'm talking about. And lastly, we would need a concealer. So this is a concealer. I always use the NC45 MAC Studio Finish concealer. This is what I'll be using to clean out my brows. Sometimes it's not necessary to really clean out your brow with a concealer, but I like to do that as an extra step. Sorry guys, and another thing we'll be needing would be a brow gel. You know, this would help in securing your brow into place and tint your brows if it's too dark. Any brow gel can work really. It doesn't have to be a particular brand. These 6 products would be perfect. First thing we'll do is, so I would brush up my brows like this. Can you guys see that? Brush up all the brows. Upwards. With this, we want to expose the real shape and definition of the brows. Now that I have done that, I'll be using my duo glue. I'll recommend a duo glue because it dries down transparent. You don't want to use anything that is black or anything that will dry down black or dry down white. You need something that will dry down transparent, okay? So I will just apply, not a lot, okay? Just like this, not too much. I'll just apply that on the 2 brows like so. Can you guys see that? I think I've even gone overboard with that, but we move. So I would now brush out the brows like so. A lot of people achieve this using soap. A lot of people achieve this using a brow wax. A lot of people achieve this by laminating their actual brows themselves at home. And with that, those brows are not moving anywhere, darling. So this is the quickest way to achieve your feather brows. I will now be going into my brow pencil. I use the Beauty Line by Didi brow pencil to define my brows, okay? Let me warn you, while drawing your brows, okay, you need to be very light-handed. Don't hold the pencil here. So you can see I'm holding my pencil here. That's because I do not want to apply too much pressure. Am I making sense? We're in a class, okay? I would now start from the beginning of my brows like this and gradually follow the line, the natural arc of my brows. Now, when drawing my brows, I like to kind of take it a bit upwards because I want to have enough space, especially if you're someone who likes to apply eyeshadows. I want to have enough space to work with while applying my eyeshadow. So I don't like to bring my brows down. Apart from the fact that it makes you look sad and it just brings down your face, you won't have enough space to work with while applying your eyeshadow. I will always recommend draw the line kind of out. Don't draw it down, draw it out like so. Can you guys see? And I usually use this as a tool. So where the end of my wing eyes ends, that's where I will usually just stop, okay, like so. Now I would go upwards and try to connect the brows. When doing this, I usually start with a very light hand. I do not want it to be too, too dark. And like so, you can see there's a demarcation here. This is where my actual hair stops. We're going to fill that in with the pencil, okay? So if you're someone who has a very sparse looking brow, that can always be filled out with a pencil like so. Can you guys see what I'm doing here? Trying to create like a new shape that was not there. So now taking my brow pencil, gradually just, if you notice the direction of my hands, I'm just shading that in upwards. Okay, can you see? While drawing your brows, the tail of your brows can be a bit darker, but from the beginning towards the middle here should be light. Okay, so it's like you're doing like a gradient effect, right? And towards the beginning of the brows, I will just gradually take my brow pencil upwards. I'm barely touching my brows, guys. The trick is just be very light-handed as possible. And as you can see, we have mimicked natural hair. Who would know my brows were scanty? With this, a lot of people can go on their way. You don't have to apply concealer, in my opinion, but I would go further and I will apply my concealer. I will always recommend a cream concealer though, because it's easy to blend. Taking a flat brush, you can see my brush, very flat. I just picked up some of that product because we need that brush to be very flat. That is what will give you a very defined line. Okay, I will just gradually go in. I usually like to start from the center of my brows and work my way through, because that kind of gives me like a guide. Don't be afraid to go into more concealer if you think you've not picked up enough product. Cleaning up that brows like so. Can you guys see that? And while I've cleaned it up, I like to drag the concealer down. This also helps as a base for my eyeshadow later. Can you guys see what I'm doing? I like to work with a concealer that is very close to my skin tone, as close as possible, because I like to achieve very natural looking brows. Okay. Can you see how I'm dragging that down? And just be careful, take your time. If you're new at this, take your time, don't rush. Okay, just take your time, practice as much as you can, and trust me, you get a hand. I draw my brows in 5 minutes, guys, I'm not even kidding. So gradually just following the line. Now that is done, I'm going to take my beauty sponge to blend that concealer. And by the way, this beauty sponge is somewhat damp. With this, you don't even need an eyeshadow primer if you decide to go in with an eyeshadow. The concealer has already done the trick for you. I usually do, sometimes, depends on how I feel, I go over my brows. But with this, it's looking pretty neat. But like I said, for the purpose of this video, I'll go over my brows and clean up the top. Just take a tad bit, not too much, and just clean up these areas. And I'm just dragging it upwards like this. Can you guys see that? I'm just dragging it upwards and kind of blending it into my skin. So now we'll take this and blend it. The brows are looking nice. I will now take the tinted brow gel and I will just slightly go over the brow, take it upwards like so. Can you guys see the difference that thing makes? Trust me, it's like magic. So yeah guys, this is it. Okay, let me go over and do the next brows and I'll be right back. So what do you guys think? This is how you achieve your natural looking fluffy brows. And need I remind you, brows are not twins, they are sisters, so you can only get them as identical as possible, but don't kill yourself in the process, okay? So yeah, I think I am done. So here we have it, guys. This is how my brows are looking. Very natural, very nice. And yeah, this brings me to the end of this tutorial, guys. I hope you were able to learn a trick or two. Please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up if you found it helpful, and if you've not subscribed, please subscribe. And yeah, I'm kind of doing like a beginner series on my channel where I'll be doing like a detailed tutorial like this. Let me know if you like this. Let me know so I can know where I'll tailor my content towards. And yeah, okay, diamonds, I'll see you in my next video.